We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Past 24 hours, we've seen 34 new cases of COVID-19 here in Utah.
Following breaking news out of Utah, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City.
You need 100 to 150,000 tests a day.
Isolation Podcast, we back, baby. Thank y'all for click and play. I really appreciate it. I go by the name of Drerawka. I am the host of Isolation20 Podcast. Now, if you are on YouTube, right, shout out to the YouTube gang. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Those small gestures go a long way. Like, you don't even know. Like, it's a huge thing. So I appreciate you. If you're watching, you notice that we have a different aesthetic. We're somewhere else. We are live from the Broadway Media Building in Salt Lake City. The studio is under construction, if you will. Yeah, got some special things coming. I'm really excited about, and I figured probably do it here at the radio station, and wait to kind of show what we're working on at the studio because it is kind of special to me. Actually just finished up an interview with Jessie Reyes. Yeah, shout out to Jessie. She is an amazing, talented Canadian artist. So this was my first, international sit down with somebody from a different country. I don't think I've ever sat down with anybody from a whole different country. But yeah, I got the chance to go down to the depot and chit chat with her, talk her ear off. Honestly, I think the interview, I probably bombed it, but she was such a sweetheart. She entertained me. So definitely go check that out. That should be out by now on the YouTube channel. And thank you to my man Waldo. Waldo came and took some photos. That was dope. I think it's always dope when I'm able to bring my friends to these kind of things, right? Not only does it help Waldo, but it also obviously helps me too. So shout out to Waldo. Thank you for helping me out with that, my brother. I really appreciate it. It's been a cold, very cold November day here in Salt Lake City. We got our first official real snow. We've got little flurries here and there, but we got actual snow here. It didn't stick, but it was some big flakes, and I'm here for it. I know some people are like, I hate the snow. I don't like the snow. I don't want to I don't want it at all. I agree to a point. To the point where if I have to drive in it, I don't like it. But if I'm just chilling, right, I like it. I like watching it, right? You get your nice little coffee. That's why I'm drinking coffee right now. Nice. Well, partly because I'm at my place of business, so we can't really drink here. But you get your nice little coffee. You know what I mean? You throw on some nice, Boys to Men. I mean, you're listening to Boys to Men while the snow's falling. You're listening to Brian McKnight. You might even slip up and just throw on a couple Christmas tunes in November. Shout out to my man Will Wonder. Yo, Will Wonder is the biggest Christmas fan, right? He loves Christmas. I know he did 31 Days of Halloween, but make sure you go onto his Instagram page or his Twitter at DJ Will Wonder or the Will Wonder Pod, and leave him a Christmas tree. Leave him an emoji showing that Christmas spirit because he brought the snow. I told Waldo this. I told him this. I was like, yo, he was such in a good mood showing that Christmas cheer November 1st. He sent me a photo. He was in a sweater. It was kind of crazy. I was like, yo, my guy, I got mine too. I showed him my little Hawaiian shirt, my little Christmas Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, he brought the snow. But I love this time of the year. Had a rough week last week though. Lost a member of my family, Bailey. My first real dog passed away. Yeah, that was tough, man. I had Nala. For those of you that know me, Nala was my our first family dog, but Bailey was my dog. You know what I mean? She took to me more than anybody else in the family. Now, obviously, when I moved out, definitely a daddy's girl, but meaning my pops. But Bailey, she was such a loving, protective, fun dog. Like even up to the day when she left, like the last time I seen her, she would always like look at me with her little eyes. She had human eyes. It was kind of weird. Like you look at her, it's not like a normal animal eye. And maybe it's because it's my dog. Maybe you have an animal as well. Maybe you feel the same way about your animal. But yeah, there was something about her eyes where it was just like, yo, she knew what was up. She knew when I was down, when I was excited, when I was, just different things growing up. And so that's sad, man. We had to. I couldn't do it. I took my dad to go put Nala down, and my stepmom was asking for a ride to take Bailey and go put her down. And I told Tressa, I told my wife, I was like, yo, that's not happening. Nope. I'm sorry. I can't do it. That would be so hard, especially because she couldn't walk. So you'd have to pick her up, and I couldn't do it. So salute to my wife for taking her to, the Humane Society and doing all that, because that sucks, man. And it might be corny to people that don't have animals or don't understand that, but to the people that do have animals, you know what that's like. It is losing a member of your family. It's not something to take lightly. So even if it's like I'm not a snake guy, I'm not a rat guy, but I understand if somebody's like attached to somebody, if somebody's attached to a rat or to, a snake or whatever, it would be the same attachment that you would have to a dog or a cat, right? But yeah, man, that was a really sad time, and I'm not here to be sad. We had Halloween. Halloween was a really big success at a bar named Sue, 8136 South State Street. Thank you to everybody that came through for that, and thank you to the people that dressed up, right? Oftentimes you go to these bars, you go to these nightclubs, you go to these events, and people don't dress up. The DJ don't even dress up sometimes. I was that DJ for a few years. Not gonna lie. I was. Until I was like, yo, that's corny. What are you doing? Like, you're the entertainment. Like, you're the one making everybody dance. You're the one setting the mood for somebody to get a number tonight, to get a free drink tonight, for somebody to win a costume contest, maybe. Like, all these things lie on you. So if you are looking whack up there, come on, man. They're gonna remember that. People are gonna remember, oh, you were that whack DJ that didn't dress up. You were the no fun having DJ. I don't want to be known as the no fun having DJ. I want to be the DJ where you're like, man, this is fun. I'm having a great time, Dre. Yo, here's a shot. And I'm like, yo, let's take this shot, son. Woo! Right? Having a good old time. It was a lot of fun, man. It's been, I haven't done every Halloween at Sue's, just because, I get booked or something early. But I guess you could say arguably it's been 9 years of Halloween parties there. I've been DJing there damn near 10 years. But yeah, this year was fun. It was a lot of fun. It's become tradition to do Irish car bombs. Don't ask me why. It was last year when it was me, Angel, a regular named James. James, if you see this, I think you started this tradition because you showed up Saturday and was like, yo, what's up, man? And I was like, yo, you know what time it is, son? Irish car bombs. Let's do it, right? So that's kind of like a Halloween tradition now. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I was Ethan Hawke from Black Phone. That was my costume. It was a costume that I got rave reviews off of. People that loved that movie, especially Tanisha. Tanisha, the Seuss cook, she loved my costume, like to the point where she was like, I want it. Like, she was freaking out. It was pretty dope. And I kind of just last minute was like, yo, I'm going to be him. I'm going to be that guy. There was some cool costumes. Angel, he was the plague doctor. That was pretty dope. There was I'm trying to think of who else. There was James. He was a giant, was he a pumpkin? No, he wasn't a pumpkin. He was a pumpkin last year. What was he? I forget. Maybe it was a skeleton. It was a giant skeleton, I think. There was a Mario Luigi. There was Princess Peach. There was some cool costumes. There was a Viking. There was a Ace Ventura or whatever that guy's name is. Gave away some money for best costume. People have fun, and that's what it's about, right? It's about having fun. It's about celebrating a holiday that's for the devil, if you ask Fonzie. I asked Fonzie, I was like, yo, what you gonna dress up as? He was like, I don't dress up. I'll dress up any other day, but not that day. That day's evil. And I was like, yeah, but so is a Tuesday in September. Evil's gonna find evil. But hey, if you had a good Halloween, that's all that matters. I had almost like too much fun because we know we do the Sunday workouts, right? We've been consecutive on the Sunday workouts. I don't even know how many weeks at this point. We started in April, and did we start April or March? I believe we started. It might have been March, April or March 1st, and we've been going until obviously end of October, November. So wake up. You know, I get home about 1:30. I get to sleep around 2:30-ish, maybe pushing closer to like between 2:30 and 3 a.m. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning to get to the workout by 7:30. Now, everything in my body was like, stay home, shoot the group text a message saying, yo, I'm not going to make it. But no, I was like, Dre, you talk about grit. Dre, you talk about the spark. Dre, you talk about these workouts. Are you going to really not show up because you're tired? Because you're hungover? I was really close to saying yeah and feeding into that. But I didn't. Nope, I did not. I woke up 6:30, got ready, drank some water, and I walk out the door, and I'm going down the stairs, and I feel it. I feel all the water that I drank to get hydrated again. I felt it creeping back up. So I stop on the stairs. I'm like, yo, Dre, if you let loose right now, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to you're going to be weak. So I'm like, all right, chill. Hold it down. Hold it down. Mom, I love you. P.O.P., hold it down. Nope. It came right up all over the stairwell. Thank goodness it was just water. There was no, this might sound nasty, there was no chunkity chunks. No chunkity chunks in the vomit. Just water, Kroger brand, purified. Because spring water's for the repugnant. We do purified in my house. I go down another flight of stairs. I live on the 4th floor. Now I'm on the 3rd, almost 2nd floor. Oh boy. Feel it creeping up again. What are you gonna do? You gonna ride the lightning? Are you gonna let it ride? Yep, you guessed it. All over. Again, just water. But now I'm feeling better. Now I'm like, yo, okay, I got all that water I just drank. Yeah, it's out now. I shouldn't have even drank it. Boom, it's gone. So get in the car, go to the workout, right? It's pitch black. It's pitch black at this point. But we make it. We go in and get to the track, and I'm early. I get there like 15 minutes early. Typically, I get there right on time. But this time I was like, yo, I'm going to get there about 15 minutes early. That way I can just chill, wait for the guys to show up, and just close my eyes and just wait for somebody else to show up. No. As soon as I back the car in, here's some headlights. You know who it was? Yep, you guessed it. Will Wonder himself. I was like, dog, what are you doing? Why'd you get here so early? He was like, I was trying to come and chill before you guys got here. I was like, man, we had the same idea. He drank the night before too. So I'm like, dog, I was so close to throwing in the towel. And he was like, I was too. But it's ironic that the day that we should not be there, we show up early. And I thought that was cool. So we start the workout, right? It's dark. It's just me and Wonder. None of the boys showed up. And we're getting through the workouts, right? And I feel it creeping up again. Your boy just drank some water, by the way. You guessed it. Everywhere. It's bad. It's bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. I let loose. And then Beefy shows up. Beans and Rice Podcast. Shout out to my guy. Shows up late. And I'm like, dog, you missed it. What? Like, dog, I just lost all the water in my body. Yeah. I just lost it all. It was horrible. But, hey, lesson learned. I'm going to drink and have fun and not worry about a workout the next day, or I'm going to not drink, maybe have a seltzer, and be ready, hydrated for my workout. Now, the latter of the two sounds like the one that I should be doing, but I don't know. Time will tell. I'm not perfect. That's my point. I'm not perfect, and neither are you. So if you're judging me right now, go fuck yourself. I seen Diddy had an altercation with 2-Bit from Power. Now, the thing about this was, I feel that we only seen a snippet, right? And for those of you that don't know 2-Bit from Power, Power's a show on Stars. What's his name? 50 Cent. He's a producer, executive producer, I believe. He's an actor on the show. And what you see is, oh, by the way, Diddy, probably the best costume in Halloween of 2022. He showed up as Heath Ledger's Joker. Looked really dope. I loved it. He was in character the whole time. You look on the Twitter feed, all the celebrities like, yo, Diddy never broke character once. He was the Joker. As soon as he got that paint on, he was the Joker. You couldn't tell him nothing. He was the Joker, which is a scary thought, right? So in this video, 2-Bit, I'll call him his, character name because I don't know his actual name. I could look it up, but hey, that's not fun. So 2-Bit, he's standing there, hands behind his back. He's standing like in the doorway of a car, and Diddy's like, in his Joker, hey, do something then, right? Come on, do something. I don't know why I sound like Mike Tyson. My Joker is Mike Tyson. That's kind of wild. But he starts to almost taunt 2-Bit, and 2-Bit's like not having it. So I think what happened before, and this has probably been fact checked, but I ain't gonna look it up because that's no fun. What I'm assuming happened is Diddy is in Joker character the whole night, right? So I'm assuming that he probably pushed his buttons, maybe said something a little crazy, right? And 2-Bit wasn't having it. And he stepped up like, what's up? And Diddy, being who he is, if you don't know who Puffy is, Puffy's that guy. The same dude that allegedly took a kettlebell to somebody. Allegedly. I won't say who, because I would love to meet that said person someday. But for those of hip hop knows. Diddy don't play. And even if he's in the wrong or whatever. But no, higher beings prevailed, aka love is what they call Diddy now, right? That's his name now. Love prevailed. Give him a hug. But even then, after he gave him the hug, he was kind of like, he kind of punched him in the chest. Like, we can still get busy, son. Kind of wild, man. Jake Paul also got wild against Anderson Silva. I was gonna save this for sports, but I feel like it should be in this intro. Yes, a 20-minute intro already. Jake Paul, he boxed Anderson Silva, legendary MMA fighter himself, a martial artist. Anderson Silva, the GOAT. If you would say he's kind of like if Royce Gracie is like the Magic or like the Bill Russell, Anderson Silva has to be like the Michael Jordan, right? He changed the game with all of his techniques, and he's still doing it. Not to say Michael Jordan's still doing it, but there was a time when Mike made a comeback, right? And that's kind of where Silva's at now with this boxing, right? He knocked out Tito Ortiz. He just knocked out who was it? Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Now he's stepped up and he fought Jake Paul. Now everybody and everything points to a Jake Paul loss, right? An Anderson Silva win for technique, for if Jake Paul could even hit him, right? And he did it. Paul hit him. Now, conspiracy theories out there will say it was faked, it was rigged. They will always say that, right? They will always say that. And not to say that boxing matches don't get rigged, because they do. But there's video footage of him punching him in the face. Like, these guys that call him out, to me, I don't think it's fixed. If it is fixed, man, kudos to the guys that's fixing it. Because I feel like Silva, I feel like he's a king in Brazil. He's a king in the U.S. Hell, like, everybody knows Silva. Like I said, he's the Michael Jordan of this. But I feel like that would only tarnish him if the truth came out, because the truth always comes out. Some way, shape, or form, the truth will come out. If you are cheating, if you are taking supplements, some way, shape, or form, we will learn the truth. So I don't think Silva would risk that, would risk his legacy, would risk being known as the GOAT. I don't think he would risk it. He might. That money's tempting when you're making $30 million off of one fight. Alleged 30 mil. The most money that he's probably ever seen in his combat sports career. Might be a little tempting. I know it would be for me. I would, it's going to sound mad wild, but I probably would fall. I probably would, fake a little knockout. Yo, Jake, actually, maybe not even fake it. Yo, Jakey, I'm going to drop my hands at the beginning of the 6th round and just let me have it. Knock me loose. Get me a concussion. Yo, when I wake up, I should have the first C in CTE. I should have that. For 30 mil? Man, think about what 30 mil, man, here we go again. Fantasizing about money. It's fun. It's fun to think about. Man, I would do so much. And I would do it with a smile on my face. Now, if there's a non-disclosure and they say, yo, for the next 15 years, Dre, you cannot talk about this. Okay? You cannot talk about this at all. Okay? But once those 15 years is up, yo, I'm going to be on everybody's podcast. Yo, hey, you remember when I fought Jake Paul? Remember when everybody said it was rigged and I came out, I was like, nah, man, that dude's that good. It was a lie. Rigged it. My pockets are fat, though. Like, I'd probably be that guy.
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is Host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
What?
What?
What is that noise? Now, I was going to do What's That Noise, but obviously we're not in home base. We're not in the studio, so it's a little hard for me to do What's That Noise right now. But the noise will be up on Instagram, or you can go back. You can listen to a previous episode with the noise in it. Either way, drop your messages and let me know. 385-240-4666 is the number. I did get some text messages, though. I threw it out on Instagram. If you did not leave a name, I'll just say the last 4 numbers of your phone number. And thank you again for the engagement, man. This is the People's Podcast. Isolation20 Podcast is the People's Podcast. Unrestricted Podcast is the People's Podcast. I want you to be involved. I want you to feel included. But the only way for that to happen is if you actually participate, meaning you actually drop a voice note. Drop a text message at 385-240-4666, right? Like Mr. 1004. Again, that's the last 4 digits of your phone number. Said a fish bubbler thing. Actually says that. Fish bubbler thing. No, that is not right. We've had that that guess before. It is not a fish bubbler thing. 4035. That is the last 4 digits of that number. This user says fish tank. It is not a fish tank. Nope. Had that again. 1390. Last 4 digits of your phone number. Fish tank. Nope. It's not a fish tank. We're playing for $50, guys. If you can figure out what that noise is, 385-240-4666 is the number. Leave a voice note. You could also leave a text message anytime, any day, anywhere. Be a part of the conversation. Okay. 1954. This is another text. Yo, I think I got the answer to bubbling, to the bubbling sound. Okay. But you didn't write an answer. You just said the bubbling sound. Okay. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think that sound is? Again, you can go to previous episodes, or what you can also do is check out the Instagram, because it is on Instagram as well for What's That Noise. Again, the number is 385-240-4666 is the number. Drop your voice note right now, or leave a text message like these young folks did. But leave a name, a nickname, whatever. I need to shout you out. I want to know where you're from. I got a 219 area code, a 770 area code, a 602 area code, a 623 area code. Let me know.
Hey, Dre, would you calm down for a moment and just let me talk? Just at this point, you're just rambling. All right. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Will Wonder, and I have a podcast called The Will Wonder Pod. I know, super original name, but I promise you'll love it. We talk sports, we talk music, and generally have some really interesting interviews with people that are doing some really cool things. So make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcast. Once again, that is the Will Wonder Pod. All right, Dre, go on about your business, whatever the fuck you were talking about.
The name says it all.
Uh-oh, you know my name.
This is Are You Dumb?
Let's talk about racism. Let's talk about blackface. Let's talk about Cedar City in Utah that's disgracing around the nation. I don't know. I tried to remix it a little bit. You seen what I tried to do. You picked up what I was throwing down. But for real, you've seen the viral video. A group of teenagers, maybe young adults. I couldn't really tell their age. I would say definitely either a senior in high school or maybe a freshman, sophomore in college. A group of them in Cedar City at a Walmart were approached by a great bystander. Thank you to the lady that pulled out her cell phone and that called them out on it. They were in blackface. They had a prisoner garment on, costume, right? There was a lady cop, right? It was just inappropriate. I think in 2022, we all understand blackface is inappropriate. So we thought, right? I think the only time that you don't understand that blackface is inappropriate, that making certain gestures with your eyes is inappropriate, making certain jokes, I say jokes, with quotations, because jokes come with consequences. Yeah, somebody to put on blackface and make a joke, it might be funny to somebody that is racist or somebody that finds that that type of entertainment. I can't even say entertainment. That type of cowardness is entertainment or funny. But I think majority of people that are not even woke, but people that were not raised with hate, or not raised to be courteous, right? There's some type of courteousness that people have that they won't make that joke, or they won't do certain things because it's offensive to that person's culture, right? To make a nose joke, a lip joke, to make certain features, right? Jokes. Not to say that, cleft lip, maybe I'll make a funny joke about it. It's my friend, right? But I'm not gonna go and put on a whole bunch of black makeup and make fun of black people, because that's not courteous. That's not okay, especially not here in the United States. And it sucks because this is I shouldn't say it sucks. It's great that this got national attention. I love it. I've seen CNN post it. I've seen the the New Yorker, LA Times, No Jumper. I think I even seen Academics. I don't think I've seen the Breakfast Club or any of like the higher cultural shows posted yet. But it got national attention. It went all over the nation. Utah's racist. We had this when Russell Westbrook came here and he was playing when he was with OKC, right? They said that Utah is a racist place to play. And this happened with John Morant. Remember John Morant? He had some issues during the playoffs. They were calling Utah a racist place. BYU. Remember when there was alleged that the BYU fans were shouting out racist stuff? And I say alleged because they said that it wasn't true. But I know some former football players, who have former BYU football player that has sat down on podcasts and said, I have been personally called certain names. So I would side on their side with saying that that's true. Now, I won't say who that person is. If you're from Utah, if you're in this community, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If you want to see that story, go check out those podcasts because he tells the story. But we have these different instances, right? We had certain owners make certain certain comments that weren't appropriate dealing with race, especially in this heightened time regarding race and inclusion and equality, right? Which is great. It's awesome. I love it. So when we have a group of young people that clearly aren't educated on why it's offensive, and they got a lady with the phone in their face, they instantly goof off, right? She says, yo, you're not going to get in any colleges. We already dropped out anyway. It's like, no, you didn't. Stop it. Now you're trying to be funny. So because it's awkward. I get it. I've been there before. Not with blackface, but I've been there before where I've made a joke and I get called out, or I do something, I get called out and it gets a little awkward. So what I do, I make a little stupid jokey joke, right? The bad thing, and I think the learning thing about this is, why didn't the parents teach these kids that this is bad? I know when I was in school, they showed us blackface. They showed us it was part of Jim Crow, right? It was part of this learning, this part of learning. But even aside from public schools, my dad showed me. My dad taught me that, but I also grew up in a black household, a little different, right? I think these parents, and as a parent myself, matter of fact, I'll take you to Halloween night. Halloween night, my son, we get done trick-or-treating. It's a beautiful time. We went to Canyons Church over there on the east side, right by Santa Fe Apartments. Kind of a Halloween tradition, right? We don't go to church. I'm not a member of their church. I've never been to a church here in Utah ever. That's a lie. For funerals, I have. But I'm not a member at a church anywhere. You can't find my registry anywhere as a church member. But we got introduced to this church and we go every year. We trick or treat. It was fun. Maybe I'll tell you guys in a little bit about that moment. But afterwards, we hit Del Taco. We hit the drive-thru, right? And we're ordering, and the young lady taking my order, she's having a hard time with the order. She reads it back wrong. I give it to her again. She's having a hard time getting that. She forgets the first thing. It's just a long time ordering this food, right? And my son huffs and puffs, and he says something like, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, and she got it wrong again, or something like that, with attitude. Excuse me. And so, once the young lady got the order right, we're pulling around. I turn the stereo down and I tell him, I say, yo, I was like, you don't know what kind of night she's having. You don't know if she's new. You don't know these things. She could be having the worst day of her life. Do you want to add on to that? Because I know me personally, when I'm having a hard day, the last thing I want is more shit put on me. Now, granted, I don't have this tone with my son, obviously. I'm paraphrasing. But I also tell him, you know, maybe she's working on Halloween night. Maybe she didn't get a chance to take her kids out. Maybe she's providing for her family and her kids don't get to see mom on Halloween. Maybe that's eating at her. Maybe that's why she's so flustered. But these are the type, and he starts crying, right? He gets quiet. I ask him what's wrong. He doesn't want to talk about it. But these are those moments where, yeah, dad might have hurt feelings, but I would rather hurt your feelings in our circle than you end up like those kids in Cedar City where they just don't know. They've never been checked by their parents, probably. Or maybe their parents did a fantastic job and they're just a bunch of assholes. Two things could be true. But I think it starts with our parenting, right? It starts with parenting in the circle that you have. All it took was one kid. To be like, yo, I ain't going out with y'all with that on your face. Why do you have to have that black paint on your face to be a prisoner? Just have the little prison outfit, right? You don't need that makeup on your face. It's disrespectful, and I'm not gonna go out with you guys until you take that off your face. Why is it disrespectful? Well, here we go. Let me show you something. Let me just Google blackface. A matter of fact, I'm not gonna teach you. I'm not a teacher. But let me show you something. Just Google blackface. You got an iPhone 22 in your pocket. Google blackface. Read up. That's why it's offensive. That's why I don't want to be a part of this. That's why I think it's horrible. That's why I am going to stay my ass in Cedar City handing out this candy rather than going to Walmart with y'all. I tell you what, it takes one person to put that thought in your head and you think about it. Is this a good move? Right? Is this a good move? No? Okay, let's wipe this off our face and then we'll go to Walmart and we'll go out. But unfortunately, they didn't have somebody do that. I'm assuming they didn't. Because if they did, and they still did it, hey, internet's already killing them. They already found out who they are. Oh man, the TikTokers went crazy. They went nuts. I know who this guy is. This kid was in my class. He didn't drop out. He goes to my school right now. Yep, you guessed it. The internet got you. You can't outrun the internet. Like I said about the Silva, Jake Paul, you can't outrun the truth, the realness. And if you do outrun it, you're going to get tired. You're going to shut down. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, fortunately for those people that needs to be called out. Cuz it's awful. It's awful. And the reason why I wanted to go on that tangent about Cedar City is because it's my state, right? And to refine that a little bit smaller in Salt Lake City, to refine that a little bit smaller in Glendale, to refine that a little bit more broad in Murray, West Valley, South Salt Lake. I don't see, and nor have I ever seen, and with my own eyes, somebody in blackface. Now, of course, racism, people being prejudiced, I've felt that before, but I felt it in Portland. There's people that feel it in Alabama. There's people that feel it in Atlanta. There's people that feel it in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Texas, right? It's everywhere. Unfortunately, it's ingrained in this culture of the United States. But I feel like taking one step like the young lady did that pulled out her cell phone and spoke out against it, that's what we need. We need to do that. We need to call out people for that. Because now, those kids, ain't nobody gonna tie themselves to those kids. Why? That's a whole lot of trash to be loading around. This is also coming off the same week that the dude went into a Soho cafe or bar with the little Nazi costume on. Just walking around, right? Now, some people might say, yo, they're feeling comfortable out here doing this stuff because Kanye. And that could be true. I'm not arguing that it's not. What I am arguing is that these people don't think that there's repercussions. There are repercussions for your actions. Just me here spitting my truth, there will probably be repercussions for that. And that's fine. I'm ready to live with those repercussions. Just like I hope those people that put the blackface on, that walk around like a Nazi, that have the you know what I mean, that write crazy stuff on the internet, I hope they're ready for their repercussions, because their repercussions might be a punch in the face. And that's probably what they need. Learn your lesson by getting punched in the motherfucking face. Dumb people, man. Sad news. And I'm not going to take long on this. Takeoff. Migos. Legendary. Yes, I use the word legendary. Hip-hop group Migos. I call him the third Migo because obviously Quavo, frontman, Offset, I would say second, especially being married to Cardi B. And then I say Takeoff because I feel like Takeoff's kind of like the, I guess you would say kind of like the Donatello of the group, right? Kind of, you know, like, yeah, Donatello is kind of like outshadowed. It's always like Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, and then Donatello, or vice versa. But Takeoff had a really cool presence in the interviews. He just had a really cool, he's just a chill dude. Anytime you see an interview, he wasn't super hyped. He was very, you know what I mean, just a cool guy. You know what I mean? I never met the gentleman. I'm not the biggest Migos fan. I do appreciate them. In 2018, when they all released their solo projects, I thought Takeoff's was the best, and honestly my favorite. I actually went back and listened to it not even that long ago. It was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it held up. And the joint that what's it, not Cuban Links, Infinity Links, I think it's called Infinity Links, with Quavo and Takeoff. Hard, great album, great project. I thought it was really dope. And then to hear that Takeoff gets shot and murdered in Houston on the 1st of November, right after Halloween, right? Man, that's terrible. And it's not even just because he's a celebrity and that he's a rapper, but because he is a late 20 young man with potential, right? It's horrible. I wish I had the antidote. I wish I had the secret pill to stop all of this. Unfortunately, I don't, and nobody else does. I think the only thing that we can do is be the change or be the example that we want in our community, right? Like the young lady with the camera that called out Cedar City dumbasses. She's the example that she wants to see in her community. I love it, right? Even down to like a basic level with creators. If you want to see content, you should be producing content. If you want people to be supportive in our community, if you're a hip-hop artist or a musical artist, if you want that support, but if you're not giving that support, or you're not showing that love, or you're not being consistent, how do you expect other people to be consistent in you? I don't know, just a thought, man. Be what you want in your community. That's it. That can go however you want it to go. That's how you treat it. For me, I want loyalty. I want respect. I want energy. I want new. I want opportunity. I want to be a great example for my community. I want it to be that when I leave the physical, that people can come up to my stone and be like, man, Dre led by example. Dre did all of that. I'm not a saint. I'm not the best, but I try. I try really hard to be a good example in our community. I try to be a good example for my kids as well. You know what I mean? Thinking a little bit deeper, like I want those times when those moments happen, when my son is with his group of friends and that he sees some dumbass, uncultured BS happen, he stands up and he's like, nah, that ain't cool. Or if he sees mistreatment of anybody, man, woman, child, he speaks up. He has the courage to speak up. And it took me to be an adult. Now, of course, I've done it in school. I've stepped up, I've done those things, but there are a lot of times where I didn't step up when I should have. And it was because I was scared. You know what I mean? The dude joking in school in the locker room, typically always the biggest dude that people are intimidated by. Dude might not even be able to fight. But because he's bigger, because he's popular, because he has the fresh sneakers, you feel intimidated that you can't talk back, that you can't be like, nah, homie. When in reality, if I checked him, it might bring him, a piece of humble pie. Maybe a level him out a little bit. At the time, I was scared to do those kind of things. And even to this day, shout out to Deontay Wilder. I have those moments where I am a little antsy. It takes me a minute to be like, yo, is this the right time to step up? Should I say something right now? And I have to remind myself that, yo, I have to be an example for my kids too. Because if I expect my kids to stand up and say something, I should be doing the same.
Hey Alexa, can you show me a new barber?
Don't worry, I got you.
Boogie Down Barbershop in Taylorsville is now open. Anything from gentleman's cuts, taper, fade, or if you want to treat yourself to a nice hot towel shave, Boogie Down Barbershop has you covered. Cuts for men and kids. Book your appointment today at boogiedownbarbershop.com.
Karl Malone is a traitor. John Jones is the greatest of all time, but cocaine is a hell of a drug. It's your sports segment.
Fierce Fighting Championship number 22. Yes, this Saturday at the Maverick Center, baby. Fierce Fighting Championship 22 goes down, and I can't be any more excited. I'm gonna be DJing it, so if you haven't got your tickets, go on to fiercefightingchampionship.com. The reason why I'm excited about this is because what's better than Utah local MMA guys and gals that are about to go to that next level? This is the moment. This is the moment where you can literally cheer on somebody before they hit the big stage. Now, we all have those musical artists where it's like, yo, I'm gonna keep this person on the low because, you know, it's kind of like XXXTentacion, Kodak Black, these other Snow the Product, even the young lady I met today, Jessie Reyes, right? Kind of a hidden gem. She's known, but she's not super duper known, right? Nah, share it. Spread the love. Show some love to her. That's how I feel about Fierce Fighting Championship. That's how I feel about Utah MMA. It's not a secret. These guys will go to the next step in their professional career, whether if it's Bellator, One Championship, or UFC. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen pretty quick. It's gonna happen overnight. I guarantee you. Just because there's that much talent, and the support is growing. So if you and the family, or you and the boys, or the girls want to go out, see some nice MMA, good matches, great music at the Maverick Center, Saturday, November 5th. Go on to fiercefightingchampionship.com. Tickets are starting at $23, so make sure you go and get them while they're still here. The dude, the heavyweight dude, Mafaleo, for those of you that don't know, he is a big prospect here in Utah. He was in a pretty bad car accident, put him out of commission for a while, but now he makes his return in the cage, and the dude he's fighting is a pretty badass. Is a badass guy here. I personally haven't seen him fight. His last name is Cortez, but I look forward to that. My boy Trevor Bradshaw, he's gonna be fighting as well. It's gonna be really fun. Let's jump into some college. I was gonna say college basketball. Let's jump into some college football standings right now. Tennessee's at 1, Ohio State at 2, Georgia is at 3, Clemson 4, Michigan 5. Oh, by the way, did you guys see that video of the Michigan player getting pushed around by the Michigan State guys? Yeah, wrong locker room, my guy. Alabama at 6, TCU at 7. They're making that return, right? They're 8-0 right now. That's kind of crazy. My Ducks sitting at 8. We're 7-1. Even though the one, they set us up for failure. Southern California, SC's up there, man. How's SC right behind us? They're 7-1 as well at 9. LSU's at 10. Ole Miss is at 11. UCLA, another Pac-12 team, is at 12. Kansas State 13. Utah sitting at 14 with 6-2. So we're shaking and moving in college football. My Ducks take on Colorado this Saturday night. Hopefully we can get a good win. Colorado's no team to look past. They always try to like sneak in out of nowhere. Like there's always these teams. Wyoming, right? Just kind of sneaks in, almost gets a W. The Utes, for all my Utes fans, they play on Saturday as well, November 5th. They'll be taking on Arizona. That's a tough game for the Utes. I still look forward to the 19th of November. Yes, Utes and the Ducks go at it. Maybe, I think we're going to do it live that day. Maybe. We'll see. I might be at a bar named Sue, though. If I am, come on by. 8136 South State Street. Now, I want to look at the NBA standings. Okay? We're a few weeks into the NBA season. The Jazz got 8 games under the belt. They actually play tonight. I believe they're playing the Dallas Mavericks tonight. We'll look at the schedule here. But on the Western Conference, Jazz are sitting in the 3 spot, right behind, yep, you guessed it, the Portland Trailblazers, 5-1. Who would have known that my Blazers would be doing so good? Dame Lillard, man, he's been doing really good. Anthony Simons, he's been doing good as well. I really like what the Blazers are doing, but it is super early. Around the Christmas, January, going into All-Star Weekend. That's when we see the push. That's when we see what teams are going to start to, how they're going to shape up, right? The last minute trades and things like that before the trade deadline. It's going to get interesting in these next few weeks. It's going to be a really interesting. The Jazz are taking on the Dallas Mavericks right now as I'm recording this. So missing the game right now. But they will be taking on the Lakers on Friday, November 4th. And then again, they play the Clippers on November 6th. So the Lakers, they just got their first win. By the way, Lakers, get your first win. I get it. Happy. We got the L off our back. But to the point where you're doing champagne showers in the locker room. Like the whole thing, the thing that kept running through my mind is, what would Kobe think? What would Kobe think about this right now? To me, Kobe be like, what are you guys doing? Remember the playoff game where Kobe didn't even like celebrate? He was like, yo, what's there to celebrate? We still got work to do. We don't got a chip in our hand. That's Mamba mentality. That's like some ill stuff. So for the Lakers to go and like do champagne showers and water baths, Gatorade baths for one win, the first win, it's kind of weird, right? I don't know. I think that they need to figure that out. I'm not even a Laker fan. It was just kind of weird to me. UFC 281. That's coming up, man. I can't wait. Actually, I don't got my little notes up. Let me pull up UFC 281 because this one right here, this I know I say it all the time, yo. This the card of the season. This the card of the decade. But no, this card is actually pretty dope. This is the Izzy Adesanya and Alex Pereira. This is a rematch. Now, for those of you that don't know, Izzy fought Alex in kickboxing, and this is the one that went viral, right? Izzy got knocked out, but he was winning that fight. He actually looked really good. In the co-main event, it's a women's strawweight. I always mess her name up. Wale Lee, I believe is how you say it. And Carlo Esparza, they're gonna be fighting. Esparza, she's dope. But Wale, can I just call her Wale? DC chilling. She is no slouch. She is actually really dope too. Lightweight, Dustin Poirier taking on Michael Chandler. These two hate each other, but I have a feeling that they put a little extra sauce on it. I really like Michael Chandler, but I really like Dustin Poirier. This is like the battle of the good guys. Dustin Poirier, he does a lot for Louisiana. Tyson Chandler, just a solid dude. He's a Christian guy, right? He always talks about God and stuff. He's kind of like MMA's Tim Tebow kind of thing. Man, who do I roll with on this? I want to go with Michael Chandler. I feel like Michael Chandler, I think he's that guy. So I'll go with Chandler. Bantamweight, Frankie Edgar, the OG, takes on Chris Gutierrez. Gotta go with Frankie Edgar. Gotta go with the OG. And then lightweight, Dan Hooker is gonna be taking on Claudio Puelles. Puelles, I believe is how you say it. So, good card. Decent card. I'm excited for it. I'm going to get you my official picks. I'll post something on Instagram. Follow me at Drerawka, Drerawka. I'll get my official picks. I'll ask some of my friends. And, UFC 281. Again, November 12th at a bar named Sue, 8136 South State Street. Come on out. Come watch the fights. It's a $5 cover charge. And typically, I'll get you a pitcher. Yeah. Whatever brew you want. Maybe we'll take a shot.
Hey, yo, you're probably listening to the Unrestricted Podcast with Drerawka.
We are?
No, they are.
Yeah, oh, right.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the real Ruby. You can catch me and Fonzie and the Funk. G Daddy Funk on Lake Talk 801 Podcast.
Yeah, but I think you have to come in more smoother, more funnier. They could catch us on the Lake Talk 801 Podcast.
Yeah, y'all can catch us on the Lake Talk 801.
Yeah, and be like, and yeah, man, hey. They could catch people like me, the real Ruby, and people like you, Fonzie, and people like him, G Daddy Funk, on the Lake Talk 801. Who cares?
What did he say?
Huh?
I didn't hear him.
I don't know, but this probably should be the ad.
Are these on?
Catch a new episode every Monday on all streaming platforms. The Lake Talk 801. Tune in now.
All right, that's it. That's all your bitch ass gets.
Okay, that's all you get. I got to get up out of here. Again, thank you to anybody and everybody that supports this podcast, that subscribes to the YouTube channel. Shout out to the YouTube gang. Yeah, man, we got some fun things in the mix. I always say that. You can see everything that I do and everything that's coming up on Instagram at Drerawka, Drerawka. And a big shout out and a big congratulations to my man Will Wonder. He went 31 days for 31 days of Halloween. Super dope. Not an easy thing to accomplish, okay? If you think that putting out content every single day for 31 days is easy, I would challenge you to do the same. I would challenge you because it is difficult. When I did Pod Madness week, right, which I think we're going to do it again this March with a little bit better structure, but that was 5 podcasts in 1 week. That was a struggle. Because I had to redo the whole intro. I put together graphics. It was all video and audio with ads. It's a lot of work. It's a big lift to get off the ground. But he did it. So congratulations to him for successfully completing that. If you are a horror fan, horror with 2 R's, 3 R's, definitely go back and listen. It's a great re-listen. If you're somebody that just loves to stay in that horror haunted realm, definitely go check it out. Big shout out to the Lake Talk 801. They just secured their first, I believe it was their first official sponsorship with Bohemian Brewery. So salute to them. They have great beer over there at Bohemian and great people. Right, we work with them a lot over at Sue's, and just solid folks and great food, by the way. Salute to them, man. Salute to all my creator friends, man. Beans and Rice, Other Side of the Beehive, Hard Talks with a Blonde and Hippie, Salty Sex Cast, like Dalton's doing his sales training stuff. Everybody and anybody that's doing something creative, I see you. And if I don't see you, tap in with me, right? Tap in with me. Again, I go by the name of Drerawka. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Again, Drerawka, Drerawka. Easier thing, just go on to allrock.com, ALLRAWK. That's been another episode of Isolation 20 Podcast. I believe it was episode 54. I could be wrong. But if you like it, man, if you dig it, just share it with a friend. Tag your boy. If you want to be a part of the conversation, again, 385-240-4666 is the number. Drop me a voice note. Maybe you heard something. Maybe you want to chime in on a certain comment. Whatever it is, be a part of the conversation. I will see you guys next week, Thursday. And y'all have the day you deserve. And always protect your light. Peace.